Stop fidgeting.
Oh. Don't we?
Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing great. Everybody come on in.
Yes.
I'm going to work on this volume because our volume was not up.
It's not up?
No, it was not up.
Oh, gosh.
Here we go.
Here we go. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yes. It's good to be in the same room.
Yes, you as well.
Yes.
Everybody come on in.
Yes, come on in.
And welcome to Real Talk
with
Will and Paula.
Yes.
Back again.
Back again. We're so excited.
Yes. Let's see here.
We are super excited.
There we go.
Here we go.
Yes, we have quite a lot to catch up on.
A lot to catch up on.
Last time we did our season, it was pre-COVID.
It was pre-COVID.
And I think it was less of me and more of you pre-COVID. So you've lost like 3 people. I've gained like a person and a half.
No, he hasn't. He's always exaggerating. Yes,
since then,
I have.
But let me go ahead. Please like and share. Welcome to the show. We have a special guest tonight coming on. We have Miss Shirley Murdock, Miss As We Lay.
As We Lay.
Yes.
And they will not let me sing because everybody knows that I love to sing.
What makes you think this? We want to hear you sing, though.
Because that's my thing. I love to sing.
Uh-huh.
And do you find it that the people that really love to sing can't sing?
Yeah,
like I love doing karaoke. I love singing all my songs, but sometimes I'm on key and sometimes I'm not.
More times not than are, I would have to say.
I don't know because I've sang several times when we hosted things and people loved it. They just didn't like it. I love my voice.
Well, okay, all right.
All right.
So what's been keeping you busy lately?
Work, a lot of work, and my man. And
your man who's supposed to be tuning in.
Yes.
We'll see if he comments.
Yeah, and my family, and just a lot of things. Just growing, and I'm thinking about one of the things I'm really interested in is being a customer service coach.
What is that?
I just want to coach being an exceptional customer service, providing customer service and customer service rep.
Okay.
I love coaching and mentoring regarding customer service. You
think there's something that's lacking?
Yeah. Because people are always complaining about customer service.
Do you find that some people ask for too much or expect too much or no?
He's trying to be funny because he's talking about me. I think this is what I think about it. If I'm going to a restaurant and I am paying, I'm expecting the absolute best. I'm expecting the absolute best in my food. I'm expecting the absolute best in my service.
Across the board.
Because I am leaving monies behind. I'm paying for service and great food. And I want that.
So are there different levels to it, or you should get the same experience at Smith & John Soul Food as you get at Ruth Chris?
Absolutely.
Really?
Because the customer service, the food can be kind of crappy, but if the customer service is impeccable, I'm going to come back.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm going to give you another opportunity on the food. But if the customer service is, like I said, impeccable, I'm definitely going to come back. If the food is crappy and the customer service is crappy, just like we're doing now, I'm going to talk about it. Like when I go to Starbucks on Independence, right across, which is my favorite Starbucks, which is the best Starbucks in the 757. I can go in that Starbucks. It's like Cheers. Like everybody knows your name. They know everybody's name. They treat me like a queen. I can send you in there and said, I want a drink. I'm here to pick up Paula's drink. You don't even have to tell them what it is. They know automatically what my drink is.
So that's customer service.
Oh my God, that's the customer service. I mean, do you know how many people come in, the traffic coming in and out of Starbucks? And I sit back and watch. They know everybody's name, especially if you're a regular. They know their drink, all of that.
Okay. So I don't expect all that. I just want you to have a pleasant attitude. I want you to be happy that I'm there. I'm not looking for you to do cartwheels. So you expect cartwheels from people.
So what you're expecting is exceptional customer service. Our motto is
you want them to go above and beyond.
Right. I expect exceptional customer service without exception.
And your reason is probably because you have choices.
Right. And the thing of it is that you want me to leave you a tip at the end. So we went to Cheesecake Factory on Sunday for brunch. Mm-hmm. Okay. It was not a great experience because they were behind in the kitchen. I was getting really antsy. You know, my friends were telling me to calm down, but the waitress never came over to tell us that our food was going to be delayed.
Right.
She never came to check on us to see if we wanted anything else to drink. Yeah. I had to tell her that I was ready to pay my check.
Yeah, stuff like that. I don't like that.
See, that's not.
And I drink a lot of beverage, so keeping my glass full, stuff like that.
Now I can go to Tupelo Honey, and because I just like eat soup or grilled cheese. The manager comes over. He knows exactly what I want. He'll go in the kitchen, tell them to make my grilled cheese a certain way. It was a pleasant experience, and plus I bring people back with me to have the same experience.
All right.
So I guess they were.
All right. What do y'all think? Do y'all expect all of that when you go to restaurants or to establishments, period, for the person to go above and beyond? I mean, I would expect that probably when I go to Ruth Chris or when I go to, one of your higher echelon restaurants. But I don't expect that everywhere.
Chick-fil-A is
I think fast food places are the worst. Popeyes is the absolute worst.
My God.
But
Lisa was ordering from Popeyes and she asked for apple pie. They're like, oh, we don't have any more apple pies. We ran out of desserts. I mean, how do you run out of desserts?
We ran out of chicken.
And then he didn't say, well, let me apologize. Let me go ahead and give you like a $5 gift card so when you come back. Yeah. No, man, we don't have any more desserts. So that's what I'm talking about. What is the experience? So even though you ran out of desserts, you gave me something to come back. You gave me a gift card so I can come back.
Sure. Okay. All right. So let's go on to the topic for today. So a lot's been going on. We had our little pre-meeting and, kind of bumped heads about a little bit. We
always do.
But so her name is Megan James. She is this reality star, but she had a conversation with some of her girlfriends. So she was saying that infidelity isn't a good reason to leave a relationship. She told the co-stars that while she'd never give her man permission to cheat or betray their relationship, I believe in cheating respectfully. That's the word, cheating respectfully. So cheating respectfully to me is cheating where I don't find out. It's having control over your other women or men, whatever. It's using condoms and not having babies. Cheat respectfully. She said, believe it or not, your man is cheating, but I'm not leaving my man over a one-night stand with a biatch. Period. So, what will make her consider, leaving the relationship? She said she does have some deal breakers. She said she'd leave if he brought home an STD for having a baby or if he's gay. She said everything else is work outable for her. She says there's levels to it. Okay. She said cheating is not necessarily a sign that a man doesn't care about you. I believe a guy can love you and cheat on you, she said. I'm sorry, I believe it. Guys are built different than us. So I want to ask you and all of you guys, is there such a thing as cheating respectfully? What do you think?
You're asking me?
I'm asking all y'all. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to be like, hell to the no.
Hell to the no. Why?
Because cheating, how can you do that and be respectful about it? I mean, the reasons that they gave were just, to me, absurd. Because my thing of it is that when you're in a relationship, you have to make a decision. It's not choice. Yeah, everybody has choices and everybody has options. But you have to make a decision that when you're getting ready to commingle with someone else, you have to value them and yourself in the relationship. So what I'm saying is this. If I decide to be in a monogamous relationship with Will, I'm going to be in a monogamous relationship with Will. Okay. Period, point blank. Like I just told you in that little pre thing. I could, the finest man could come be fine as hell, money, all of that. But if I'm in love with you, I only have eyes for you. I don't care what you're telling me and what you're selling, because it's all about loyalty to me. I'm committed to you. So I'm not going to for sex, and this is all about sex. You see what I'm saying? Because it is this whole sexual animalistic thing. It's like we can't get enough. Everybody is always want to boing. I just want to try it. I just want to see what it feels like.
If you know it's all about sex, then okay.
So my thing of it is that the cheating, when a woman is in love with her man, I can't speak for men. I can only speak for women. When she is in love with her man, and when she finds out that he has betrayed her in cheating, I don't care what he brought home, this and that, you cheated. The veil, like I was just telling you, you have taken the veil off my eyes, because I don't look at my man as just an ordinary man. Okay. When you have done that, now you're just ordinary to me. You have broken that bond, that thing that we have. And so you have jolted me back into reality. And I'm just looking at you now like you're just plain or just ordinary. And we should never look at each other when we're in a relationship as ordinary. That's one of my things. So can you cheat? Yes. Do people cheat? Yes. Do we forgive? Yes. Do we leave? No.
Okay. So Karen, she said that cheating in and of itself is disrespectful. Disrespectful. What is that? Of me, and disrespectful of our relationship. Hey, Will. Hey, Mia. You're supposed to be coming to see me too. But okay, this is how I feel about it. So
tell me.
I was on Facebook in a Facebook group, and this guy had kind of posted a point that made me think. He was like, how do y'all get married? He was like 20, 30, 40 years sleeping with the same person. I got to think about it. You know, I already have a high sex drive. My spouse knows that. So I was just like, how do people stay in relationships 40 years with the same person? I'm sure it's been done.
But listen to what you're saying.
I'm sure it's been done.
Yeah, but listen to what you're saying. Because everybody makes it seem like that's such a tragedy, that there's something wrong
not that it's wrong. It's just, to me, it seems like it's a big challenge, in that there's nobody else. Big challenge
when I'm looking at you and you're looking at me, and I'm telling you that I'm in love with you and you're in love with me. How you shouldn't even be thinking about it.
Okay, so there we go. I found that women equate sex to love. Men just equate sex to a get off, and that's it.
But
that's how she was saying how just because a man cheat on you don't love you.
That is true. I have learned that. Yeah. I've had many conversations, and that is true, because I have been told that women are really stupid. Because I didn't say it. She said it. But I've been told this. I've had these conversations and be like, I can go out there, and just like the girl said, I'm gonna go out and cheat. But the thing of it is that you better not be buying her anything. You understand? Because then you have changed the dynamics of the cheating. Because now you're, like the girl said, you could cheat respectfully, but all you need to do is just make sure you're just hitting it and leaving. And that's what happens. I always tell, that's how men get busted. You got to stick and move. If you're going to hit it. You only need to hit it one time. But the thing of it is that let me get back to my point. So they're saying that women are stupid, that we are, because we know where love is. Love is right here. But I'm going to go do this because I want to see what it feels like. Right. You understand? We're not having any conversation. We're not having any pillow talk. We're thinking in our minds that, were you laying up with her? What are you talking about? Are y'all making plans? Because we don't know. But the thing of it is that I'm going to...
It's on the more emotional
side. Yeah. But I'm coming home to Paula B. That's where I'm coming, because this is where my love is. This is where I get fed. Right. All of that. So, I mean, but you have to decide at some point that this is the relationship that I want to be in, and it is like the ultimate important thing to me, because I know that when I go bed down with Priscilla, you know what I mean, all the while, even though you're not thinking at me when you first hit her, you see what I'm saying, but when you get out of that, you're gonna sit aside of that bed, you're gonna be like, damn, what have I just done? You understand what I'm saying? But again, how much do you value your relationship? How much do you value me?
And I think the big thing that Megan was saying is it's not saying, okay, I want you to go out and cheat. It's not even saying I give you permission to cheat, but to me, it's from just and maybe it's just the people I know. It's just being a realist.
Yes.
At times people cheat. And again, cheating has different levels. Sending a text or flirting at work might be cheating to some person. Mm-hmm. And then having full-blown sex, that could be cheating to some people. But at some point, I think people cheat at some level. Yeah, I really think in long-term relationships, like when you get out, that's why you got you got grandparents who've been together 50 years, but he got 5 kids over here. She can't have 4 kids. You gotta kind of know something.
But I'm gonna talk about my parents because I'm gonna be transparent. Uh-huh. My parents are married for like 100 years. I'll say, I don't know, 30. I don't know how long the hell they've been married. But my dad, did my dad cheat on my mom? Absolutely. Did he have a kid while doing it? Absolutely. But did my mom cheat on my dad?
How do you know?
Never.
Just because she'll have a baby?
No, because I was with my mom all the time.
You weren't with your mama all the time.
My mom was home all the time.
School.
Yeah, I had to go to school, but no.
And she knew when you went to school?
Yeah, but no. Never.
Why?
Because my mom's not built like that.
Oh.
But my dad.
Her mom's not built like that.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Ike said Paula be SMH, and Karen said, look, I can't forgive cheating once. So, yes, it does happen. Okay. But over and over again, no.
So let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
When men cheat, you want instant forgiveness. You're gonna explain, you're gonna tell us her story. But men cannot handle it when that woman cheats on them. Because we will give our man 1 chance, 2 chances, 3 chances. Mm-hmm. A man, no way.
So is cheating for you the end all be all? Is that like the ultimate thing?
No. Because of what you said, because we are human and we make mistakes.
Uh-huh. But like Karen, like she said, one time maybe, but
yeah, one time.
He shouldn't get in the habit.
Right. I don't want you to think that my forgiveness and my grace that I'm giving you is giving you permission to go out there and hit everything that's moving. Oh, well, she forgave me this time. She'll forgive me again. So now I'm going to say, you need to go to therapy because something is wrong with you internally because you keep doing that. So you have an issue. So I think that sometimes if you know how you're built, a man is built, or even a woman, and you know that this is something you cannot really be in a monogamous relationship. You could do it for a while. I could do it I could be good for 6 months. Mm-hmm. Then, the 7th month, I'm getting that itch. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh. So, your mom.
My mom said,
she said, no, I did not cheat.
Thank you, Mom.
I didn't know she was watching.
Yeah, my mom's watching. What did he say?
Christopher said, what did Christopher say? There's this, what does that say? The same thing, the son of, what does that say? The son of Sam mom said about her killer son. Oh my God. That's the same thing the mom, what is it? The same thing the son of Sam mom said about the killer son. It's not in him. That's true.
That's true.
I'm trying to get this other computer. What happened with this computer? We had a bigger screen.
Yeah, we did.
But we walked back in here and it was like, your computer is now updating. Please do not turn off. So we're going to switch it back over.
Yes.
And Justin says some people think it's okay if they cheat, but they don't like to be cheated on, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But,
well, again, we got to preface it. It's not saying, okay, I want you to cheat. It's okay for you to cheat. Exactly. But it's just saying, look, it's just me and you in this relationship.
Yes.
But if some ish go down and you do happen to cheat, Negro, just don't let me find out about it.
But here's the thing.
That's how you cheat respectfully. Because if I find out about it, that means you're being sloppy. That means they shouldn't have my phone number anyway to call me, send me text, send me all this kind of stuff. That's what it's saying. That if by chance you fall weak for a moment, I don't want to know about it. Let this be something you take to your grave.
Right. I don't want to know about it, but if you're habitual about it,
right,
then that's something internally that you need to question yourself. Like, why do I continually do that? Why am I continually cheating? on my person. Mm-hmm. You don't need to be in a relationship for me, period. I mean, Paula B, I'm going to forgive you. I'm not going to even front lie, because you know how some women be like.
But is that something that you want to put out in the atmosphere?
Yeah, that's the thing that some of my friends said. You know, you share too much, you talk, you tell too much. I'm going to be transparent about it. No, I am not.
So no matter how many times you do it, you know, okay, well, she's already said she's going to forgive me. She might not speak to me a couple of days, but eventually she's going to forgive me. That's something that you want to verbally say?
Okay, hear me. Hear what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm going to forgive you, because we're human and we're going to make mistakes. Okay. And the way that I look at it is I equate it to what God does to us, because he forgives us for everything that we have done. He forgives murders, everything, rapists, whoever. So I'm no different than God when it comes to forgiveness.
Right.
So I am going to forgive you. I may forgive you 2 times, but if you continually do that to me, now I'm going to have to question relationship. I'm going to have to question your loyalty and your love for me, because you're continually doing that. But I'm also going to have to question your inner self and how you really see and love yourself, because your character, because do you love yourself? Do you know what love looks like? Do you know what love feels like? Because you continue to do that and to hurt me.
Okay. Christopher says, why claim people? Just do you and not let people know. Okay. And that was the guy's question. He was, if I'm interpreting what you're saying right, the guy was just like, you know, because a lot of them, they were saying marriages are going down. Not a lot of people are getting married, and especially the millennials.
Yes.
And that was just one of the reasons, because people have created all these different forms of relationships. So what's the need to go ahead and get married?
So now we're just all about free love. You know,
everybody's a free spirit.
Everybody's just a free spirit. So we're just a free spirit, and we're just gonna have sex with who we want to have sex with. No ties, no anything. So if that is the case.
And I don't even think that is supposed to be the case.
No, that is not supposed to be the case. That is not how we're designed.
That's true.
But this new era, this new thing, free love and hair grease. You see what I mean? Love who you love when you love them. You don't have to be tied into anybody. You can just do what you want when you go, and you can do that. But the thing of it is that let me know that you're doing that. Don't put me on the team and I didn't ask to be put on the team. You understand? Because I didn't try out for that.
I get that.
And I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know how I want my relationship to be. And if you're not able to do that, I totally get it. But again, people will cheat on you, tell you that you're in a monogamous relationship. I love you, baby. You know, you're the only one. You're my woman. This and this and this and that. And then I find out that that's not true, because that's what you're selling.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
All right. Yeah. Well, our guest is in the, you know what, her song, As We Lay.
As We Lay. It has consequences, she said.
It has consequences.
It has consequences.
I wanted to ask you a question, but I don't think your mom watching you.
That's okay. My mom knows I'm transparent. Ask me.
Have you ever been in that situation, on either end?
Yes, I have been in that situation a couple of times. I have been in that situation. Because what I wanted to say is that when you do cheat, you're going to get caught. And it could be a year from now, but don't ever think that you're going to get away with it. Because you may come home and your underwear is inside out.
You think? So I don't
and then how you okay, so you go to work, I'm watching you get dressed, right? So
I don't get the fact that you're going to get caught. You don't always get caught.
So you're either going to get caught, somebody's going to tell. What if we just had a conversation?
Well, I'll answer the question. I've been on both sides.
Yes.
And you don't always get caught.
You don't think so?
I don't. I mean, internally, you may get convicted.
Yeah, you get convicted.
And then you condemn yourself. You may end up telling on yourself, but I don't think I don't think so. Well, we're gonna go ahead. Okay. We're gonna get started. We have our beautiful guest in the green room. So we have an incredible interview tonight with an award-winning singer, Miss Shirley Murdock, who has embraced success on both the R&B and gospel charts from her years with Roger and Zapp. You interviewed Zapp.
Yes, I interviewed Zapp.
To her breakout hits like As We Lay, my all-time favorite, and Without You, to the uplifting It's in Your Hands, and her new song too.
Yes.
People get ready.
Yes.
Tonight we will venture through the ups and downs of her amazing journey of life and music. So please help me welcome to the show Miss Shirley Murdock.
Hello.
Hey. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, we're having some issues with sound. Hold on.
So can you hear me? I can hear you.
Just 1 second. Do you see that? What's right here? That.
You want to get down look at it?
Yes. You there?
Yes.
There.
Hey.
Looking beautiful and radiant.
Beautiful.
How are you?
I'm well. How about you both?
We're doing really well.
Good.
We are so excited about this. Oh,
well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
No problem. So let's just go ahead and get started. When did you first realize that you had this amazing gift that you wanted to share with the world? What was that coming up like?
Well, I think that I realized it at a very young age. I really think I came out of the womb singing because there was never a time that I remember not being able to sing. And I was singing like a grown woman when I was a little girl, like most singers, we're standing in front of that mirror with the hairbrushes, our microphone. And I listened to Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight, and all those wonderful singers. And I'll throw my head back, baby. I thought I was Aretha. And mama said, baby, I know you don't know what you're singing about, but you sound like you do. So why don't you just leave that alone till you get grown? So it's always been a little girl with a big voice. And so it's an absolute gift from God.
Do you come from a singing family? Does anyone else in your family sing?
I'm told that my mother used to sing, when she was young, but she came up, and she grew up. She was born in 1930s, okay. And her people were sharecroppers, and so she didn't have the opportunities, But I think God blessed her to be able to see that happen through me. My younger brother, he used to sing background for me for a lot of years, and my middle sister used to sing. But music was always in the house. It was gospel music. It was jazz. It was blues, R&B. So there was always music in the house.
All right.
That is amazing. I love music and I love to sing. They don't let me
We're
sing.
We're not going to have to sing today, though.
Don't hate, celebrate, right?
We got company in the house. So
we got company. I can't do it. Okay, you accepted salvation at a young age at 15. How did this affect your entering and thriving within the music business?
Well, I think first of all, it affected my life because I never separated my spiritual life from my everyday life. I wasn't one way on Sunday and then, Monday through Saturday, I'm cutting the food, right? But my spiritual life and my relationship with God informed my everyday life. So for me, I grew as a Christian. I grew as a person. I wasn't discovered till I was about 25 years old. And I think that was a good thing because it gave me time to come into my own and have a sense of self, to know who I was and to know whose I was. Because if you get into the music business too early and don't know who you are, the music business will try to tell you who you are. So it was really good for me, to grow up in church and have all those wonderful sermons, preaching coming in my ear gates and, find its way down into my heart. So it was really, I think, a good thing for me.
So was there any type of, I know coming up, I hear stories, and we're in Virginia where there's Missy and Timberland, and a lot of artists came out of this area. And as a hairstylist, I've talked to people who said, there's a lot of pressure, like you said, to mold you into basically what sells. Mm-hmm. How was it, having to stand your ground? Did you ever have to choose between R&B and gospel, or did they try to form you into?
Well, for me, growing up and giving my life to the Lord at such an early age, and realizing this was a gift from God, I always thought that the direction that I would go would be gospel. Mm-hmm. And that was my heart's desire. And that's where the area that I sought to be a gospel singer. Mm-hmm. But those doors never opened for me. I got opportunities time and time to sing mainstream, and I kept turning it down thinking I'm going to sing gospel. Uh-huh. Well, one day when I have a cousin who worked for Roger Troutman Enterprises in Dayton, Ohio, and I was living in Toledo, and my cousin came to visit. I was also in ministry with a a crusade team that did revivals like a week at a time in various cities. So one of our crusades was the theme was called Jesus is Love. And we adopted the Commodore Lionel Richie song, Jesus is Love. And so my mother let her hear a tape of me singing that. She took it back to Roger and to Larry Troutman, and they wanted to know, was I interested in making records? So when I got home, my family was geeked. They were like, woo, Roger Troutman and Zap. I'm like, okay, who's Roger? What's the Zap, right? Because I really wasn't into mainstream. It's not like I never heard, the radio or anything like that, but I was really into gospel and gospel artists. So my elder sister and I went to Dayton to talk to Larry and Roger, and I expressed my desire to sing gospel, but they didn't have any connections in the area. And they said, well, if you ever want to give this a try, we want to help you. So I left there, you guys, saying, God, why is it that this is the only door that keeps opening for me? I cannot get a break in gospel. So I prayed about it and talked to my family about it. And I had the support of my pastor. And I walked through the open door. I walked by faith through the open door. Right. And so for me, I was never leaving God. I was never leaving my relationship with God to go into mainstream. I was taking Jesus everywhere. As the song said, take the Lord on with you everywhere. Yeah. So honey, I was taking the Lord on with me. I need him, And right. But I was blessed to be in an organization with the Troutman brothers. They were a family of brothers, entrepreneurs doing things in the city, not only with their music, but building houses, in the inner city. And they knew who I was when I came. They understood what my heart was. And they never crossed the line as far as me having to compromise my principles to do the music. So, and they protected me and looked out for me too. And it was also a drug-free organization. So I was never in that situation where everybody, doing dope around you and doing all kind of crazy things. So, so my testimony, baby, is the Holy Ghost will keep you if you want to be kept.
Yes, sir.
That's amazing. All right.
Okay. Now we want to talk about that hit song that everybody loves. My girlfriend wanted me to tell you that she was 5 years old. She didn't know what she was singing, but she was in that mirror singing it.
I understand. Because like I said, I was singing Dr. Feelgood. Got a man. You want to sing? See, you're going to want to make me sing. See, it's coming out. My juices are flowing. I'm not going to do it. Okay. We're going to talk about your staple song, As We Lay. It's been covered by Kelly Price. Kanye redid a version on his Sunday service. And we all know it's a song about infidelity in the morning after. But see, what I think you guys might not know is that I covered the song as well.
Oh, okay.
No.
I didn't write the song. The song was written by Larry Troutman and Bill Murdock from the Ohio Players.
Oh, wow.
And so it was sung from a man's point of view. And when I was approached to do the song, I'm like, well, I got a problem with the song. Because to me, it didn't seem like nobody was sorry about that thing. So if I don't sing it, I need to add these lyrics. And what I added was, we should have counted up the cost. But instead, we got lost in the second, in the minute, in the hour.
Yeah.
Because there's a price tag attached to every decision that you make in life, baby. Yeah. Dirt is done in the dark, but when the light of day, when that second verse comes on, it says, "It's morning, sunlight shines across your sleeping face, a new day."
Yes.
In reality, and we must go share it away. See what happened? So what happened was now the sunlight has come in. It has exposed all the dirt that you did in the dark.
Right.
Yes.
So now you got to face the consequences. And I think that too many people, oftentimes in our lives, we make a permanent decision based upon a temporary situation. Baby, it might feel good to you right now, honey, but honey, you're going to have to pay the piper.
Yes.
So that's why you need to count up the cost. So I wanted to add that because I didn't want it to be a celebratory song about infidelity. Of course, it was a song about life. People can understand that. But I wanted to be a sad song about regret and consequences. Yeah. So that's what As We Lay was to me. And when Kelly did it, because of video, she was able to give you the visual of that situation.
Yes. I mean, I to this day, if you mention your name, it's all about As We Lay. I mean, that song is just, it's like an anthem, but it is an anthem.
Yeah.
It's an anthem. It's an anthem.
But you know what's funny? What's funny is people come up to me still to this day, 35 years later, and they'll roll up on me and say, I got in trouble on that song. Or, I made my baby to that song. I'm like, woo, too much information. And then I say, I ain't paying no child support because you didn't listen. I said you should have counted up the cost.
Right, yeah.
So got lost.
It's supposed to be about the regrets of the action.
Right, the regrets. Right. How do you feel that, even though you're all gospel now, but this song is just, like I said, an anthem, and people still love that song to this day, and your fan base is still so huge. Gospel, but this song right here is just everything.
Millennials
sing it too. Yeah. So how does that make you feel that it's still so prevalent today?
Well, to me, it's a blessing because, and that's really just one song out of all the works. I mean, I have many songs. I have like I said, I didn't write that song. I wrote a song called "In Your Eyes" about my husband. In your eyes, I see kindness, I see patience, I see love. I wrote a song called "I Love Me Better Than That," than to lay here and cry or to stay here and die. I'm going to get my life back. I know I made my mistakes, but it's never too late. I want my joy back. I want my peace back, my strength back. Because I want to empower people. If you've lost something in your life, if you've been abused mentally, physically, emotionally, see, any misuse is abuse. So I want to empower them to take back their life, take back the dream, take back their hope. So, my body of work is beyond As We Lay. As We Lay just happened to be the song that got everybody's attention. Yeah. And then I've always put a gospel song on all of my albums. And even in my performance, I included that because that's the fabric of who I am, And I remember when the very first record, when we were mixing that very record that has As We Lay and Going Without You, I told Larry and Roger, I said, listen, this record cannot go out without me saying something to the Lord, because I promised God that I would always represent. I would never be ashamed to let people know, whose I was and where I came from. So they said, well, do you have something? I said, yeah, I got a little short song. I think the song might be like maybe a minute and a half. It's called Tribute. And it simply says, I shall not forget what you've done for me. I shall not forget how you set me free. Everywhere I go, everyone will know that Jesus lives within my soul. Thank you for this time to say what's on my mind. You're everything to me. And I included gospel in my performances, and it's just who I am. And like I said, I don't separate my spiritual life from my everyday life or from my job.
Exactly. All right.
Wow, I'm just so all engaged and engulfed in it. It was just awesome.
So along comes T.D. Jakes into your life. How does everything change and grow when he comes into the business?
What had happened was I was actually singing in my church on the praise and worship team of my church, Solid Rock Church. Okay. It's halfway between Dayton and Cincinnati. And the first time I ever heard him live, as I was traveling, because a girl had to eat, so I would get my spiritual food, listening to the tapes, of T.D. Jakes and other ministers, and to make sure that I'm getting that word and I'm feeding my spirit. So somewhere, I remember one day we were coming back from I live in Dayton, Ohio. Coming from somewhere down south, we passed the church. I was on the tour bus. And there was a big sign that said church anniversary, T.D. Jakes, Rod Parsley, Carolyn Harrell. So my guitar player and his wife and I, we decided we were going to go to the church and hear T.D. Jakes. Okay, so in the interim, I ended up joining the church. Oh, wow. And that next year, Bishop Jakes came to preach for the anniversary. There was a gathering at my pastor's house, and I had the opportunity to meet him and tell him about my life. And he said, I thought you was a pastor's daughter. He heard As We Lay, he heard my songs, and he thought I was a pastor's daughter. So I told him about my life and my desire to sing gospel and those doors never opening. And he said, well, maybe we get a chance to do some things together. So out of that, the doors opened for me to minister, with him at the Women That Are Loose conferences. And I was featured on his Sacred Love Song CD and some of his choir CDs. And one day he gave me a call and said, Shirley, you said you never had an opportunity to sing gospel. He said, but I started a record label and here's your opportunity, but you can't do both. So I prayed and I said, God, it's my heart desire to sing gospel. I was signed to Warner Brothers, y'all. I was already making another R&B record. And I went to Raj and I said, Raj, listen, I finally have an opportunity to sing gospel, and I want to be released from Warner Brothers. And my dear friend Roger, God rest his soul, and Larry, they both went to Warner Brothers and got me released. You know, they released me from the production deal. They got me released from Warner Brothers so that I could finally fulfill my heart's desire to sing gospel. And when I talked to him about it, he said, baby, he said, I'm not surprised. That's what you were doing when I met you. And he was very, very happy for me. He's very supportive. He used to come hear me sing at church, you know, and Roger gave his life to the Lord too. So, you know, there were times in my life, markers in my life that let me know that, you know, your footsteps are ordered by God, and God places you in certain places on purpose, with purpose. And sometimes you think it's about you, but sometimes it's bigger than you. It's about the people whose lives you're going to affect, you know?
Right.
So it's been a wonderful journey. And that's how I met Bishop T.D. Jakes. And I've been, you know, my very first gospel album was on his Dexterity Sound label. It was distributed by EMI. And then I went from Bishop's label to Ty Scott, which is the oldest Black-owned record company in the world.
Wow.
And I've got 2 CDs with them. And and then I stayed away from my music for like about 7 years, and slowly God just began to give it back to me. And I always felt that one day he would open the door for me to be able to still be able to minister to people in mainstream, go back and tell my fans about the goodness of God. I always did, but you know, I was doing it and people were saying, you can't do both, you can't do both. But I finally got peace. I got peace in knowing what the call on my life was. I come to understand that God made me famous to give me a bigger platform to spread his love, to spread his joy, and, you know, and this good news of love and peace and reconciliation. So he's given me the wisdom how to do it all. So I do everything. I'll do all those songs that people love and enjoy. They'll be entertained. But I never leave them without leaving them with a word, with something because you're entertained by those songs. But when you minister a gospel song, a song of good news, see, that's soul food.
Yeah.
That's something that you can take with you, that you know that'll lift your spirit. You know, when you're having a bad day,
Right.
So share those songs, but to also be able to bring them the good news and tell them, this, baby, God ain't mad at you, honey. He loves you, honey. I don't care what nobody say. You ain't so bad that God can't do something with you. Exactly. So it's really been an amazing journey. I know that I'm called to be an evangelist. I'm looking for the lost, baby, wherever they are. And light shines brightest in darkness. But I'm happy to be able to sing these songs, but at the same time, to be able to give a word of inspiration and encouragement along the way.
Wow. You got me happy.
I'm telling you. That's on a shout over here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I was watching some YouTube videos, and you're right. When you do concerts, you'll do as relay, but then you're going into ministering to them.
Yeah. I'll pull out what do you do?
Yes.
When you've done all you can.
That's my song.
Seems like it's never enough.
Yeah.
How you just stand when there's nothing left to do. You stand. Watch the Lord. Watch him see you through. Yes. After you've done all you can, you just stand.
And that's all you can do is stand.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
That's all you can do is stand. After you
in
done.
These troubled times, for sure.
Yes, we both needed that.
Thank you.
Yeah, praise God.
That divine time.
Yeah, because we're going through a lot. Yeah. So we definitely need that. And I needed that because you have just really just solidified what it is that I need to do and what I'm going through right now. It's just I've done all that I can. So the only thing I can do right now is just stand and wait on God.
Yeah. I have a YouTube channel, and I do an inspirational every week. And the inspiration for this week is talks about peace be still. And I was sharing how Jesus was in a boat with his disciples, and a storm came, and the disciples, they were so frightened, and they woke Jesus up like, Master, don't you care that we're going to perish? So he got up and he spoke to the winds and he spoke to the waves. He said, peace, be still. And listen, that's what God is saying to you today. Peace, be still. He's got it. He can turn the, you know, the waves and all of the storms. He can use it. He can use it to cleanse you. He can use it to strengthen your faith muscles, you know, to believe him, to know that he's able to do exceeding and abundantly above all that you could ever ask or think. He even says, be still and know that I am God. See, there's no weapon formed against you gonna prosper, baby. He can do the impossible. Whatever you need, he's able, right?
That's it. Yes. We needed that.
Huh.
Amen.
Okay.
God.
No, we are.
Yes, because we're having church right now. But you know, sometimes, even though you have stuff on the paper, but sometimes you need to let God just have his way and let the Holy Spirit move. And that's the way it's supposed to go. That was needed. Yeah. You know, it wasn't just for us, but our audience as well. I know someone out there needed that.
Amen.
Amen. All right. I love Zap. Grew up.
Me too.
Computer love, all of that. And I had the privilege of interviewing them at the Virginia Beach Funk Fest. Tell us how they encouraged you in the music business.
Well, you know, first of all, you know, they knew where I came from. They knew I was really just trying to sing gospel, but Roger was really encouraging, and he had appreciation for the gift that I have, and I had appreciation for his giftings as well. Yes. And he always encouraged me to write and to just, you know, they asked me a question. I think it was a very pertinent question. And he said, do you want a hit record or do you want a career? They said hit records go up the chart and down the charts, but a career, it takes time and patience to build. And when you build a career, whether you have a record on the charts or not, you know, you land on a plateau until the next record or the next thing that you do that's going to take it to the next level. Roger also said to me, when As We Lay was on the top of the charts, he said, baby girl, I need to have a conversation with you. He said, right now that record's on the top of the charts, and the record company, they love you, honey. You're the best thing since sliced bread. They will name their kids after you. He said, but when that record comes off the chart, they're going to take your poster down. Yeah. They're going to put somebody else's up, and you'll be lucky if they accept your phone call. Mm-hmm. This is what you do. Do a great record, followed up with a great live performance. But this is the key. Stay touchable to the people. Oh. They will support you for the rest of your life. Okay? As We Lay has been out for 35 years. Computer Love, 30, maybe 36 years. Okay. But we're still here. So whether I have a record on the charts or whether I'm doing the plays or whether I'm ministering in church, I'm preaching or whatever, I have the support of the people. When you let them know how much you appreciate what they've contributed to your success, because nobody gets there by themselves.
Yes, exactly.
That's true.
So speaking of getting here to where you are and spanning over, how many years have you been in the business? You said over
35 years.
Over 35 years. What stands out the most to you? What highlights do you have over this illustrious career of yours?
Well, you know, just traveling all over the country with Roger and being in the studio, and you know, he encouraged me to move to Dayton because I grew up in Toledo and I used to commute when I was first making my record. And he encouraged me to come to Dayton. He said, because, you know, you're used to singing in church. You used to, you know, to like freestyling. He said, but I need to teach you how to sing on records. I need to teach you how to sing in the pocket. So I moved to Dayton, and I would spend time in the studio with Roger, whether I had a session or not, just to witness his genius. You know, everybody knows Roger as a funkster. They know him as, you know, the king of the talk box. Yeah, Roger's also a jazz guitarist. He could play the flute, he could play keyboards, he could play bass drum, a bass guitar, he could play lead guitar, rhythm guitar, he could play the banjo, he could play so many instruments. And so just being in his presence and learning and gleaning from him. And then he offered me an opportunity to travel with him and sing background in Zap, which was a great experience for me because it was training for what I was getting ready to do, you know. And then I handled all of his interviews and things like that, which gave me an opportunity to get familiar with, with the record execs, gave me an opportunity to familiarize myself and for the radio personalities become familiar with me because I'm going to have a record coming out, you know. Right. That's right. And so when it was time, when As We Lay, when my record started making some noise, Larry said, Shirley, it's time for you to leave Zap and time for you to go out on your own. Wow. And let me tell you what Roger did. Roger gave me his band. Okay. He gave me his brothers. He gave me the whole band because he wanted me to be comfortable going out there for the first time. And then another highlight is as a brand new artist, having an opportunity to tour with the late great Luther Vandross on the Visitor Visa tour, baby.
Yes.
Woo, honey. It was in the round, so it was never a bad seat.
Mm-hmm.
And to be out there with him and watch his genius and to listen to that velvety voice every night. And he was very kind and very good to me and my band. And it was amazing. And my record actually went gold when we were sold out for 3 nights at the Garden, Madison Square Garden. And so it's like I said, just an amazing journey.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
One of the things I've always wondered is, like, a person with an amazing voice like yours, who do you listen to? Who's on your playlist?
Well, I had some great teachers coming up. I did, like I said, my voice is absolutely a gift from God. But I had master classes from Aretha Franklin and Gladys Knight and Stevie Wonder and the Clark sisters, Mama Shirley Caesar, just as an artist, listening to all these wonderful voices and taking that in and learning and mimicking and but when it all comes out, every now and then I go, oh, there's my Riri or there's my Gladys, but on the gospel playlist, I would say would be like, I love the Clark sisters. Anything, all things Clark sister.
Yeah.
I'm the long lost Clark sister. Okay, I love
that would be an awesome collaboration.
Yes, it would. Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm actually featured on Twinkie's very first solo album called Power.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm featured on that. Okay. I did some vocals with them, but I mean, I love Beverly Crawford is a good friend of mine, and I love Yolanda and Cece, and I love Regina Bell on the R&B side and the gospel side. That's my sister.
Yeah.
And Tasha Cobbs, I love Tasha.
Her.
There's so many wonderful. I love worship.
Yes.
So there's a lot of great artists out there. I love Marvin Sapp, who's a friend of mine, and of course Donnie, and I just got turned on to Pastor Mike Jr.
Oh, yeah,
that's hot.
Yes,
The Tamala Man. Oh my God, so many. But on the mainstream side, give me some Luther, give me some Stevie.
Yeah.
Give me some Zap, some Gap, some Charlie Wilson.
Yeah.
Some Mint Condition. So I'm old school,
Right. Music, real music.
That's real music. That's music back in the day.
Real music.
Real music. Yes, that was the music back then.
Yes.
I just enjoyed it so much. I mean, I love music anyway, but I'm a 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s girl. I love that era of music. I really do. You have an aspiring new rendition of the Impressions' 1965 inspirational top hit, People Get Ready.
Yes.
I watched the video today.
Yes. Yep. And every time I say the title, I want to sing People Get Ready because it's a drink. Okay, I'm not going to do it. What made you decide to re-record that particular song?
Well, my husband is the music director for Zap, and he's a keyboard player. He's also my manager and my writing partner. So, with everything that's going on in 2020, my God, we all with 2020 whooped us, didn't it? People lost loved ones. Oh my God, I lost loved ones. People lost loved ones to COVID. People lost their life. We lost our livelihood. We lost our jobs. Businesses shut down. People lost, their businesses. There's just so much loss. But there was also a lot of vitriol in the atmosphere, politically speaking, with the left and the right. And then we had all the, we had the social unrest with the George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and so many others. And so we wanted to put we came up in a time, and I'm sure you remember, when the music always spoke to what was happening in society.
Yes.
Whether it was Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, or James Brown, Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud. But there was that wonderful song by the Impressions, People Get Ready. There's a train coming. And we wanted to put something, make a deposit to the atmosphere of hope and help and unity. And we thought that song was just perfect for such a time as this, because everybody was praying. People were praying for unity. People were praying for peace. People were praying for an answer to COVID. People were praying. And but when the people of God pray, the prayers go up, the blessings come down. Amen.
Yes.
So when the people of God pray, not only does God hear prayer, but he answers prayer.
Yes.
So if you're believing that God is hearing your prayer, that he's able to do exceeding and abundantly above all that we can ask or think, then you are expecting an answer to your prayer.
Yes.
So the song says, people get ready. There's a train coming. You see, what we're saying, there's a train of change coming. You don't need no ticket. All you got to do is get on board.
Yes, sir.
Because if you don't prepare, you'll miss it. Now, we talked about in the Bible about Jesus. When he came, the children of Israel, they were thinking that their king was going to come in this kingly array. But he came as a carpenter's son, and many of them missed him because of the way that they had fixed it in their mind how he was going to come. So you can't just have in your mind the way God's going to answer prayer. You have to have your heart and your spirit open to be able to recognize when God is speaking, when God is moving.
Yes.
So the song, people get ready. There's a train of change coming. You don't want to miss it. Get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesel humming, right?
Yeah.
So, all you need is faith to hear the diesel humming. You don't need no ticket. Just thank the Lord. So I don't know any mother who finds out she's going to have a baby that doesn't start getting the nursery ready. So as you're praying for whatever it is that you're praying for, get ready and have a spirit of expectancy, expecting that prayer to be answered. And listen, I will throw in a praise deposit, because when I was young, if you didn't have enough money to go ahead and buy it, you can put it in the layaway, or down here they call it the lay-by.
Yeah.
You put a deposit on, you keep making payments until it's all done, and then you can take it on home.
Right.
Whatever it is you're asking God for, whatever it is you believe in, put a praise deposit on that thing until it comes to fruition. Amen.
Yes,
Amen.
yes.
Amen.
Oh my gosh.
Amen.
So what could possibly be next? What haven't you done that you want to do still?
Well, I've been so blessed to see so many of my dreams come true as a little girl in Toledo, watching those Saturday matinees on a black and white TV with the rabbit ears, right?
Yes.
A little curly-haired white girl by the name of Shirley Temple. Her name was Shirley. She was young like me, and her name was Shirley, so I could identify with that. And she could sing, and she could dance, and she could act. I said, one day, that's going to be me. I had a glimpse of my future self. I had a glimpse of the dream. And all of us, I'm sure everybody's this, yourselves, or even people who might be listening to us, they have had that glimpse of your future self. And that thing won't let you go. Baby, that's your dream talking to you. But you have to also allow it to process you, because God's not going to take you somewhere that he can't keep you. Because there is an anointed time, that time when I think when you become an idea in the mind of God, and he places that in your heart and in your spirit, and your passion and your talents are connected to your purpose. But you have to wait on the Lord. You have to wait to be processed. If you despise the process, you'll abort the purpose. So you don't want to despise the process. You want to allow yourself to go through the process so he can shape you and make you, and he might have to glean, prune you, or maybe some people might need to drop off your life because they can't handle the weight of your anointing. They can't go with you where God's taking you. So they might be dead weight, or you might be in a relationship that's gone past the expiration date and now it's become toxic. So the thing is, while you're waiting on God, you have to be actively believing, and because I wanted to sing, I sung in my church choir. I sang in weddings. I sang in funerals. You never know when those opportunities are going to come. So when that appointed time comes, you want to make sure you're ready. Make sure you've done everything you can to be ready. And the beauty of it is today, with these young people today, they have access to the World Wide Web.
Yes.
Baby, you can get Googleicious on anything you try to do. You can get a master class on how to play an instrument.
Yes.
You can take a master class for vocal lessons. You can take a master class for acting. So that's it. I saw many of my dreams come true. The only one that I'm waiting on now is to do Broadway, and I believe it's going to happen. The singing all over the world, acting, singing opened the door for acting. I started doing, gospel plays and have little cameo appearances, Auntie Somebody, but that grew into holding lead roles and sometimes doing 3 and 4 plays at a time. And people like Clifton Powell, who's a good friend of mine, who said, Miss Shirley, he said, stop saying you're not an actor. You are an actor. So I never wanted to call myself an actor until the actors declared me to be an actor, because I know what it took for me to hone my skill as a singer. I didn't feel like I could just bust up in there, and declare myself an actor until you pay your dues, But when he finally said, Miss Shirley, you are an actor. So now I feel comfortable and confident to say I am an actor. And I also have a movie that's going to come out on Netflix in the fall called The Matchmaker.
Oh, all right. So you're busy.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're very, very busy. But you know what? In all that you just said, my problem is when I was working out today, I work out the worship music. So I was in there crying. They had a camera in there. I said, I know this is in the office saying, what in the world? But I was crying, and the weight is what is difficult for me. God has shown me that vision, that dream, but it's the weight that is good.
Yeah. But see, if you wait on him, but the word says he'll renew your strength.
Yes.
And you'll mount up on wings as an eagle. You'll run and not be weary, walk and not faint. And it said you will reap the reward if you faint not. So don't give up.
Right.
That's easier, but it's like so easier said to done, because this is like what we're doing right now is my dream.
Yeah, exactly.
This is our dream right here. It's what we're doing right now. I mean, it just comes natural to us, and we just enjoy it. I love it. But we're just waiting on it. We're just waiting on that break.
You keep doing it. You keep doing it. You keep doing it. It's like this. It's like if you were a waiter in a restaurant, you would fill the salt and pepper shakers. You polish the silverware.
Yes.
So you keep polishing whatever it is that God has given you. You keep doing it.
Yes.
Exactly.
And that's what we keep doing.
Exactly.
Exactly. And we have a great time doing it.
I have enjoyed you. Thank you so much for stopping by.
My pleasure.
To us, we can't wait to see, everything that God has for you to do next. And we're definitely here with you for the journey.
Yes.
Thank you.
All your fans. We got so many people. Tell her I love her. Tell her I love her.
I love you back. I can't wait to come outside and play. Listen, I have both my shots. Because I want to come back outside and play.
Yes, I get my next one Thursday. Yeah. So when you're ever in Virginia Beach, dinner is on us. We cannot wait.
Oh, bless you.
Yes.
Right.
I love Virginia Beach. I have my niece. I have a niece and nephew in that area.
Oh, okay.
So I love it. Absolutely. Y'all some good folk down there.
Yes. Well, you have family here, so
amen.
We're looking forward to it. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you so much for having me too.
You're welcome.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
God bless. Bye.
God bless you. Oh my God. That was like I have chills.
She sang.
Yes.
Now you know somebody can sing when they sing live on the internet.
Yes, acapella. Yes. I know. That's me. I know.
There you go. All right. Well, we hope everybody enjoyed the first episode of season 2. We had to get with our producer, Mr. Ike Owens.
Yes.
He has been up here. Thank you, Krista. She said a great interview.
Thank you, Krista.
Your mom.
Thanks, Mommy.
Yeah. I don't want everybody to think that Kim, my sister, that was amazing.
This was just great.
Yeah.
I love our new segment.
Real music.
Real music. Our producer is we're gonna be doing some great things.
Yeah.
He has some great things lined up for us, so we're really excited.
Make sure you tune in next week. I think I know who the musical guest is, but the flyer will hopefully be out tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tuesday. The flyer will be out Wednesday for next week musical guests for Real Talk, and then the musical session, musical segment, Real Music. All right. But thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for the support. But until next week, everybody.